Hello. Can you see me? Sorry, I don't know what happened then. Sorry, guys. I'll just wait for people to get back. Connection problems. I think it's sorted. Get me cushions. Hey, guess who's back? Back again. Hello, Jess. Jessica Escar. Alina. Right, I'll just wait for people to get back. Sorry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give my... Hi, Tracy. I'm going to give my theory on why I think that the police didn't find Nicola Bulley and why Peter Falding did. Back in the room. Let's give it a couple of minutes and we'll get back into it. Bang. We're back. Right then. So I'm just going to wait for more people to arrive that were in the previous stream. Why won't I listen to you? Right, okay. Beth, if you think that you've got some information and you can prove in your words that Paul Ansall is lying, yeah, in your words, call the police. You're gonna have to call the police. It's your choice which police force you call. Choose your force at your I've forgotten what that saying is. You know what I mean? not LP. Let's wait for a few more people to get back. Peril, thank you very much. Yeah. Choose the force, Luke. Of course I'm interested. I'm obviously interested, but right, let me say something now. Let me make a blanket statement, right? Because I do receive a couple of emails here and there, right? I'm going to do it right now. I'm just going to do my theory again right now because there's a reason why I think that the police didn't find her and there's a reason why I think that Peter did, and it ties in with my theory. It's not about me not being interested. If you've got your thoughts and feelings and opinions, they're yours. Feel free to share them with me. But if I don't believe or if I don't subscribe to that hypothesis or to that way of thinking or to that, to that idea, it doesn't mean that I'm not interested. It just means that it's not something that I subscribe to. And it's not for me to take everybody's theories and post them on this channel. It's not my responsibility. I will post on this channel what I believe in, what I believe to be true. The banner of my channel is real life stories. My description is investigative journalism because that's kind of where it's gone to. Right, so a little bit, if it's facts, then you need to go to the police because I have my theory. I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry, but I don't have the same thinking as you. Don't be offended by that. Don't be upset by that. It's just not. It's not for me. Right. There you go. That's that. Right. So I'm gonna say now why I think that the police didn't find her and why Peter Falding did. Okay. So it crashed towards the end of the last stream. So picture the scene. Exactly what Jenny said. I've actually said that to yourself in an email, Beth. Right, so picture the scene. Nicola Bulley arrives at St. Michael's on Wire. This is my theory, Beth, right? And Nicola Bulley arrives at St. Michael's on Wire, maybe not in a great mood. According to the CCTV, I don't think that she was in a great mood. Maybe somebody on that caravan park wasn't in the greatest mood either. Willow went roaming free. Maybe Willow ran into that caravan park. There was no CCTV. I think that you know, have you heard of these one-punch killers where people get into like fights like after a night out or in the pub and somebody punches someone and they're knocked out and they die? That's why you should avoid fighting at all costs, I think, unless someone's like kicking your head in, you know what I mean? But it's like those one-punch killers. So I think that there was an altercation between Nicola and somebody in the caravan park, in my opinion. And I think that something like that, she was struck and she a tragic accident which ended Nicola Bulley's life, right? And I think the steps that were taken after that were to hide that, because otherwise you're going to prison, aren't you? You're going to prison. So I think that Nicola Bulley ended up in that caravan park. I wasn't actually on here to say this, right? But here we are. I think she ended up on the caravan park. Whether it was in the caravan for a short period of time, which was disturbed, the man that owns it said it was disturbed, or whether it was in the toilet block, or whether it was in the agricultural outhouse, I don't know. But what many of you, well, you all know if you saw my theory video, will know, if you haven't, you won't know, is that the police were liaising with the community. And they were saying, right, we're searching here, we're searching there, we're searching down there, we're searching over there. Now, the caravan park would have been very aware of that, okay? As they are part of the community. So if they're being told, we believe that Nicola Bulley has gone into the river by the bench. If my theory is correct, she's going to be held within the confounds of that caravan park, right? Now, after 8-9 days, the police communicated with the community that they had stopped searching the bench area round the bend to the island around towards the weir. So everybody was aware of this. And those on the caravan park, if my theory is true, it may not be true, right? It may not be. It's just what I believe, right, in my core. Then when the police said after 8-9 days, right, we're moving on. We're moving away from the bench, the island and the weir. They would know that, right? There's no CCTV at the back of the caravan park. There's no CCTV down the path which runs alongside the caravan park. It's pitch black at night, obviously. I don't believe there's any police patrolling on the night because Peter Falding said he saw no search activity whatsoever when he arrived. These are all things that I've put together. Now, where Peter Falding said that he'd found Nicola Bulley, they are two broken down, broken down. When I say broken down, I think of a car. There were two broken fences in parallel to where Peter Falding said that he found Nicola Bulley. Coincidence? I don't know. So when the police said, right, we're moving on, it's a great opportunity to then know, by the way, the community know and the whole country knows that the police hypothesis is she's gone into the river. We think she's gone into the river. They move on. The police move on. Nicola could have potentially been placed at that spot where Peter Falding found her because they know that the police have moved on, right? What they didn't know is that Emma White and Paul Ansall had called Peter Falding in. So at the 8, 9, 10 day stage, police had moved on. Peter Falding came in. He did his search on day one. He was assigned to go down to I think it's Cartford Bridge and search down there, but he never wanted to go down there. He wanted to search the what he calls the hot zone, right? Right, Mark, I've had enough of you. Do me head in. See you later, mate. In a bit. Right, so, gone. See you later. Right, anyway. So, knowing that the police search activity had stopped at that area, great chance to put the body in. But Peter Falding was coming. And that wasn't common knowledge. That wasn't common knowledge at all. So I believe that she was placed in that river around about the time that Peter Falding arrived. Because he arrived when the police had stopped searching the area. So I don't think that the police missed Nicola Bulley in the river. I don't think that Nicola Bulley was in the river to be found in those first 8, 9, 10 days. Are you with me? Do you see what I'm saying? I don't believe that even the most incompetent police force on the planet, I don't believe they could miss a fully grown human body of 162 centimetres long in that shallow, sleepy, slow-moving river. I don't believe that the worst police force could have missed. Which is why I'm going to give them some credit and say that I don't think she was even there to be found. It's so shallow, it's so clear. But like I said, they didn't know that if she was placed back in the water, they didn't know that Peter Falding was arriving. So when Peter Falding on day 2 wanted to search the bench area down to the island and down to the weir, according to what I believe, she was then in the river, and that made it possible for her to be found. Now, Peter Falding finds a target on the riverbed. He goes to the police and tells them. Now, who knows what happened? Who knows if they went in and missed? Right? Who knows if they went in and were like, shit, she is here. She is here. And we've searched this area for the past 8 days and we've missed. And this private company, this Peter Falding and Specialist Group International, have found her within 6 minutes of day 2. How stupid do we look? How incompetent do we look? How bad do we look? That's an option. That's an option. Maybe they dived and they missed her. Or maybe saving face. Another thing that I thought as well is according to what I believe, my theory, if there was an altercation and she was accidentally murdered, right, then there would be evidence of foul play. Now, from the very, very beginning, let's not forget, SIO Becky Smith said they don't think there's foul play. They don't think there's third party involvement. They think that she's just gone into the river. Now, if you take the two things together, the fact that the police didn't find her in the river, because I don't think she was there to be found, and they never made it a crime scene, did they? They never made it a crime scene, and they never cordoned it off. Hello, Helen. Good to see you. They never made it a crime scene, and they never cordoned it off, and people were trampling all over that bench area. So there's two potential problems. If Pete goes there as a target and they go in, you've got a possibility of, we've missed her, he's found her, we look foolish. And if they've ruled out foul play, which they did, and third party involvement, and then they find her in the river from Peter's information, and they see evidence of foul play, you've got two big problems. You've got shit, we didn't find her, and shit, it looks like foul play. We ruled out foul play, we never made it a crime scene, and we never found her. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? These are all just my theories, just my opinions, okay? That's what I think, right? But what is now been proven is that Peter did find her. He's got that live sonar data, and he's had it verified. So it's not really up for debate. And he's got the WhatsApp messages to the police and stuff like that. And he's got witnesses to say that he told them they need to dive. So where's the debate? Where's the debate that he found her in that river? Do you know what I mean? And as I just said, imagine, right? Imagine that you've been told by Peter Falding to go and search the area, and then you find Nicola Bulley. And then you come up, and you're like, Sarge, or SIO, not the SIO is never there. Whoever was there, Chief Constable, whoever. She's in the river. Who knows what conversation happened? Who knows if that's true, if they did go in and find her, who knows how they reacted to that? Because it doesn't look good, does it? No crime scene, no cordon, we didn't find her, and this Peter Falding comes in and finds her. I mean, I know what I think. There's certain things that I will share, and there's certain things that I'm not going to put myself in a defamatory, boiling pot. But it's food for thought, isn't it? And also, something that was in the College of Policing report was that they predicted that she'd be found on the 19th of February. Now, the 19th of February... Now, right, in what missing person case... Yeah, he should have been at the inquest. In what missing person case... do the police predict when the person will be found? Have you ever heard that before? Never. Now, what you may not know, and I've had my head down this rabbit hole, like, as long as I can, nearly as long as I've had this channel, right? I've just lost my thread again. What was I saying? What was I saying then? What did I say just then? I know, before the rabbit hole. What did I say before the rabbit hole? Oh, God. I'm getting loads of laughing faces. Thank you for being patient with me on a very rare live. I'll be all right. Oh, the prediction of the date. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. The live on Thursday with Peter Falding, like, I've got someone to bounce off. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I find lives a lot easier when I've got someone with me. Yeah, right. So, yeah, the police predicted that she'd be found on the 19th of February. How, in the name of all things holy, can you predict that? Do you want to know how? Because the 19th of February was the first high tide since Nicola Bulley went missing. Below the way, right? So you've got the bench, and it goes down to the island, it goes to the way, and below the way. Below the way is tidal. The bench and down to the island and towards the way before it drops is non-tidal. So on the 19th, 50 cubic meters a second of water rushed in against the run of the tide and flooded the way, right? Bringing all this extra water in. And once that water comes in, it has to go back out again. So all that water rushing out. Now, if, in my opinion, going back to Peter Falding saying, right, I think there's a target at this island, 65 metres down from the bench, before the way, right? If there was knowledge of that from the authorities, and if they decided not to act on it, I'm not saying that's true, I'm saying if, then they would know she lies between the bench and the island before the way. Now, when all that water comes in, it has to go back out again at quite a force. Now, that force is enough to lift a body, which is about to blow anyway, lift the body over the way and to float down the river. To be found by a psychic on the 19th of February. That's what I think on that. No, I don't think she was in the river for 10 days to be found. I think she was probably placed back in just as Peter Falding arrived. They had no knowledge that Peter Falding, I say they, whoever placed her back in the river, because I think she was placed back in the river. They had no knowledge that Peter Falding was going to be there. Whoops. Body's back in the river. Oh, sorry, body's in the river. Peter Falding's here. And if it was known about, then the timings of 27th of Jan to the 19th of Feb, what's that? It's 3 weeks, isn't it? Kind of. Enough time for a body to bloat. Knowing the high tide's coming, knowing that it'll flood the bench and it'll flood the area and the water's got to rush out, lifting the body, down she goes to be found. If you really, really think about it and you really know a lot about the ins and outs of this case and you've read the College of Policing report, 23 days, yeah. I mean, I've got no... is that 20... Was it 23? Is that 23 days? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, I don't believe in all that kind of 23 Freemasonry, all that, like mumbo-jumbo. It's not my cup of cocoa. But that's what I think, and that's how I think that it was predictable. What do I think happened to it? I don't want to keep repeating myself because I do that enough. And I've already explained in this video what I think happened. If you go to my playlist, the Nicola Bulley playlist, and go down to my theory, then you'll know exactly what I think happened to Nicola Bulley. Thanks, Hell's Bells. We'll have a look. We'll have a read of that one. Looking smart and handsome tonight. So glad you're not letting this fall by the wayside. So many women go missing and end up found in water. It does not sit right with me. God protect the people of Great Britain. If you all knew what I'd sent Luke, you'd understand why I'm so upset. Goodbye. Right, I'm sorry, right? Lily, if you want to open, here's my advice. If you want to open a channel and put your theories on there, I'll promote your channel. But don't have a little hissy fit about me not believing in your theory. I have my theory. You have yours. I'm not going to sit here and talk about your theory that I don't subscribe to. I've had enough of that now. That's done. Right. Anyway, for anyone that's new here, this video is the announcement that Peter Falding will be live on the channel on Thursday at 7 o'clock. He's got a lot of things that he wants to say. Yeah, he's got a lot of things that he wants to say. I'm sure you guys have got a lot of things that you want to say as well. The thing about, so all get your notification bells on, subscribe to the channel. It's 7 o'clock Thursday, Greenwich Mean Time here in the UK. We've all got, let me just say something, right? We've all got our theories, we've all got our thoughts, we've all got our opinions on what we think happened, on Peter Falding, on Paul Ansall, on the caravan park with myself. Everyone's got theories, right? And that's exactly what they are. They're individual theories. I have mine. You have yours. I'm talking to no one here, but you have yours. You have yours. And they're all our individual theories. So, it's not really the to-do thing to get kind of miffed off with me for not subscribing to your theory. Okay, right. You need to, I'm a big, right, this is on a different note here. I'm a massive Oasis fan, one of the biggest Oasis fans you'll ever meet. You have to be an Oasis fan. You have to be an Oasis fan. Why aren't you an Oasis fan? Tell everyone you're an Oasis fan. I'm an Oasis fan. I'm an Oasis fan. You've got to be an Oasis fan too. No, you don't. You can like Blur. Shite life. Do you know what I mean? Stone Roses. I'm loving that. Right, I'm sorry, but I can't keep going round the bend with this. I'm a big Manchester United fan. You must support Manchester United. You must support Manchester United. No, you're allowed to support Man City. You're allowed to support Tottenham. You're allowed to not like football. You like your team, I like mine. I have my band. You don't like my band. I have my theory. You have yours. The Smiths, yes. And if you've got your theories and your thoughts out there, if you've got your thoughts and theories out there and you think you've got a lot to say, open up a YouTube channel. Anyone that is a regular on this channel, that has always been, a decent person, supportive, not been rude, or, has not been, rude basically, or aggressive, or just basically not a nice person. But basically what I'm saying, if you follow this channel for a long time, and you've supported this channel, and you've always been here, and I recognise the name, and all I've ever seen is just support and nice comments and basically not being a dick. If you open a channel and you've got theories and things that you want to say, I'll share your channel for you. I'll gladly share your channel. No problem. So just bear that in mind. Just bear that in mind, that I will share your channel if you've got something, that if you think you've got something. But it's not for me to say, because I don't believe it. Anyway, that's that. Right, now I just want, before I kind of like, oh yeah, I've got a couple of things. I am looking for a couple of moderators for Thursday. I have 22,000 subscribers on this channel. I've got 2 moderators. You've got 11,000 each, right? I'm looking for 2 moderators. So if anyone would like to be one, let it be known now. And if I recognise you, and you know there's no history of being a knob, then yeah. Right, I'm just looking at names. Alina, recognise you. True Finders could be a shout. Right, what I'm gonna do is I'll do the modding on. I'm an expert mod. I'll do the modding on Thursday. So I'll ask the question at the very, very beginning of the video. I'll ask the question again. Right, I'm gonna wrap the video very, very shortly. I'm gonna wrap the video really shortly, but I just want to run through something quickly. So I'm gonna write down a few names here. Hold on. Right. Just Jen. True Finders. Alina. I'm having to just go with names that I recognise here. The rules are Alina, that opinions are allowed. If somebody, I've been a lurker. Don't trust me. I love that. Right, the rules are: any opinion is allowed. You can say, I still don't believe that you found Nicola Bulley. I think you're saving face. I think this is damage limitation. That's absolutely fine, right? But if you come on here and you say, you're a liar, you're a whatever, you're a lying twat, right? Then you will be barred from this channel. I welcome all opinions, but I will not, don't be a bellend. That's it, yeah, thank you. I welcome all opinions, always have and always will. But no abuse, no accusation. Yeah, don't be a bellend, basically. But yeah, opinions are always welcome. Right, I'm gonna wrap this up quite soon. Yeah, being polite is free. I mean, here's the thing, right? So this is a great opportunity, this, because we're gonna be here for like 2 or 3 hours. He's got loads of things he wants to say, and you've got your chance to say what you want to say. So, you know, if anyone comes in and starts being arsey, I'm just gonna like boot you out. And then the opportunity's gone to like talk to Peter and ask him what you want to ask him and say what you want to say and hear what he's got to say and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, be kind. Do you know what? I just want to say something, right, about being kind, yeah, right. Now, do you know Chloe Kelly, the footballer? Just slightly off topic before I then kind of wrap this video, because I want to wrap it in with something in particular. Right, the footballer, Chloe Kelly, coincidental surname, she has been getting so much shit. She won the Euros of England. She's been getting so much shit. Like, there's videos being made about she's a laughing stock. She's the cringiest. Tracy Moran, I know your name. You're on the list. I might do all of you. I might have 6. I don't know yet. We'll sort it out on Thursday. Right. So, Chloe Kelly, England footballer, right? She scored the 2 winning goals for England to win the Euros, and she's been a little bit cringy. Like, she said, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice, and then she like bit a medal, and she does a funny run up and stuff. I saw a video the other day saying Chloe Kelly, but in some AI voice, you know, because people make content but they're shit scared to put the face to it, or they're shit scared to put the voice to it, or whatever, right? People going, Chloe Kelly, this AI crap. Chloe Kelly, the cringiest, the biggest joke on the internet. What a walking laughing stock she is. She's made a fool of herself. How disgusting is that? For some young woman, right, who's won the Euros basically like twice with her goals. Yeah, she's a little bit cringy in that. But imagine it. Think about Caroline Flack, all the shit she got from the press. Like, trolling through the press. Think about all the shit that Chloe Kelly's getting, right? And also, this goes out to YouTube in general. Like, small channels, big channels, anyone on YouTube, right? Anybody on YouTube that chooses to bully somebody on this platform, to target somebody relentlessly, right? What if that person... Tracy, I've put you down as a potential moderator for Thursday if you want, because I need, just for the night, I need 2 or 3 more. So I'll put you down as a maybe, but I'm going to sort it out at the beginning. What if that person who is being bullied tops themselves? Yeah? That's all down to that. That's all down to that person who's doing the bullying. There's so much of it. There's so much of it on YouTube, right? I don't name these channels, yeah? Channels, yeah? They're a bag of shit, yeah? Because they bully people. They target people and they bully people, right? Never will their name be uttered from my mouth, right? Not giving them the airtime. But one day, somebody on this platform of YouTube is going to push someone over the edge. That person's going to top themselves, and the person that's done the bullying is responsible. I don't name these people. They're absolutely the scum. The scumbags. And karma's a bitch, and it goes round and round and round and round. And also, if someone did like top themselves because of bullying, right? Well, I know that people out there record videos, they download videos. So the bullies, and there's a few of them, the bullies can take their videos down, but guess what? There's something called receipts, and many people out there have got receipts. And you will be you will be held accountable. So think on, yeah. So I've gone slightly off topic there, but bullies, absolutely, I cannot stand a bully. Throughout my whole YouTube journey, my channel was launched 3 years ago, a week ago, by the way. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Break the Ice. Happy birthday to Break the Ice. Squash, tomato and stew. I face loads of shit, like in videos, comments, vlogs, all sorts of stuff, right? Luckily, I am very, very, very thick-skinned, right? These people don't know me. I'm thick-skinned. Couldn't give a shit. Happy birthday. Couldn't give a shiny shite. The only opinions I care about is my parents, my friends, and I've actually made a few friends from YouTube. You know who you are. A few of you are in the chat now. There's probably about 3 of you, actually. I'm not going to name anybody, right? It's my milestone. What's your milestone, Tracy? But yeah, there's 3 of you in here that have become friends. And if you said to me, I think you're being a twat, or I think this, that, or the other, I'd think about it, but like, why do you think that? Like, what's made you say that? Because I value your opinion because you know me. But these people that sit there that don't like ever like leave the house, or these people that write vlogs like online, or people that leave comments, they don't know me, so I don't give a shiny shite what you think. Not everyone is thick-skinned like that. So yeah, just think on when you want to go around bullying people, because one day someone's going to be tipped over the edge and you cannot take it back. That is the end of that. Anyway, right, now I'm going to wrap it up very, very shortly, but I just want to say one more time, okay? By the way, hit like on the way in, or hit like if you've not hit like yet. Go and check out the Nicola Bulley playlist. Check out the link to the live sonar data, which is in my last video. That's where you can see that live sonar data. Right. Thank you, YouTubers watching. By the way, YouTubers watching has become a really good friend of mine. Jessica has become a really good friend. I'm naming you now. I just said I wouldn't, but sorry. YouTubers watching is a good friend of mine. Jessica is a good friend of mine, and Jenny. Well, Jenny's the OG. Jenny's like my auntie. I've got a lot of love for Jenny. So I've made these friends. Now, if any of those 3 people gave an opinion which was like, you know, negative about me, I'd take stock and I'd think, right, what are they saying? But all these like people that don't know me, that like just sit there like trolling because they've got nothing else to do, carry on. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Anyway, right. Let me just say this final bit and then I'm out of here. I'm out of your hair. Thank you, Riverstone. Peace out. Right. So Thursday, 7 o'clock on the channel, Peter Falding live. Do not miss it. Now, this is full circle for me and for Peter Falding, I think, as working together, I feel. Thursdays at 7 o'clock, Tracy. This feels full circle because I made an inquest video. After the inquest, I made a video and I was stunned that Peter Falding and SGI weren't invited to it. So I made a video about that, and later on I started thinking about it and I was like, something was just, I couldn't shake. And it was, why has SGI not been invited? I didn't know Peter Falding from Adam at the time. And I was like, why is Peter Falding and SGI not been invited? He was searching the river. Wouldn't you invite him? And then I put a message of support out saying, I think you've been scapegoated. I think you're a good geezer. And you seem like the only genuine person in this case. he saw that. I tried to get him on the channel. We have a new member. Welcome, Kay. I don't know what to do. I wish I had like a button. I'm going to get a button. I'm going to get a button to celebrate when I get a new member. By the way, there is over 60 videos for members only. 60 members only videos. Go and check them out. Kay, they're all yours. Oh no, you're an ice cube. You don't get to see them. I think it's ice pick or higher. But you get priority replies and shout outs and stuff. So shout out to Kay. Yes. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, full circle kind of thing. So I was thinking, oh yeah, I put the message of support for Peter Falding, and then I tried to get him on the channel. I did a live video saying, can we get him on the channel? What should we ask him? He pops up in the channel himself, and he said he doesn't want to talk about Nicola Bulley, but thanks for the support. Okay. I then found out that he wanted me to contact him. He wanted me to get in touch, and he wanted to thank me for the support. I got in touch with him. I rang SGI, and I spoke to Peter Falding, and we started chatting, and he thanked me for my support. He wanted me to extend that to the channel. So yeah, I said that back then. He thanked you for all your support. I then went to Peter Falding's to make a documentary with him. And I got to know the guy over 3 days. I took my family, his family and my family mingled. Our daughters became friends. They're around about the same age. We did a little bit of filming that day. And then me and Peter Falding went for a little wander around his grounds. Very posh. 140 acres of beautiful land. Loads of animals. Lovely, lovely, lovely place. And we went for a walk. And I said, I can't believe the police missed Nicola Bulley. And I said, hey, we got a new member. The members are coming in thick and fast here. One can Leanne. Can we make some noise in here for one can Leanne? Shout outs to one can Leanne. We love to see it. We love to see it. So what are you, an ice cube? Right, so I don't know what the order is. Ice pick, ice cube, ice breaker. Jenny, can you I should know this. Why are you talking in that funny accent like that? I don't know which is the lowest tier. Hold on. That's it. Ice cube is the lowest. Yeah, ice cube's the lowest. So you get priority replies, you get shout outs. So yeah, again, shout out to Jane Willis Arts. Shout out to one can Leanne, and shout out to who's everyone? Shout out to Kay. Right. So, right, now this is very interesting bit. Ice lolly. Ice cube, ice pick, icebreaker. Yeah, so ice cube is priority replies and shout outs. Ice pick is the aforementioned and all the videos. It's like 65 members only videos. Oh, of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do we get to see Thursday without membership? Yeah, of course. Like, Thursday's videos in the public domain. The reason... Right, so I've got 65 videos for members only because they're things that are not like public domain kind of. Alina is a legend. Big shout out to Alina the legend. 5 Break the Ice gifted memberships. You've got to love it. You've got to send a kiss all the way over to Alina. We love it. Just Jen has got a membership. Shane Parry, welcome. Sycamore Tree, Arts and Crafts Lady, and Kayak Dread Girl, KDG. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. What a great crowd we've got in tonight. I know we're slightly going a bit off topic. We could be talking about the bullies and all that kind of stuff. But whatever. There's still 95 year here, and I'm still trying to get to the point of when I was at Peter Falding. Right, this was one of the most jaw-dropping moments of my life. Now, stop distracting me. Stop distracting me, guys. Why are you talking like that? So I'm getting all hyperactive now. Right, picture the scene. July 2023. I'm at Peter Falding's, right? We're walking around and his grounds. We've got a nice little glass of Merlot. It might have been Malbec. Who knows, right? We're walking about. No cameras. My daughter's chilling with his daughter. My ex-partner, right? Long story, is with Peter's partner. So they're doing their thing, kids doing their thing. Me and Peter going for like a little glass of wine and a walk. I went, how did the police miss Nicola Bulley? And you said if she was in the river, you'd find her, and you didn't. You didn't find her. What happened there? And Peter Falding said, I did find her. I was like this. Why? I was like, so imagine, right. Iceberg, that's a new one. Imagine this. How did the police miss her? And you said that if she was in the river, you'd find her. And how come you didn't find her? We did find her. What? Excuse me? Say that again. We did find her. So when you saw my interview with Peter Falding, I did find Nicola Bulley in the river, yeah? When I made that edit, and at the beginning I said, why did you say so confidently if Nicola Bulley was in the river, you will find her? And then he said, well, I did find Nicola Bulley in the river. How shocked you were when you heard that is how shocked I was when I heard that. And then I said, so what's going on then? And he went, I can't say too much because the College of Policing. Sorry. It blew my mind when he said that, right? I said, what are you going to do? What's going on? What's happened here? And he went, I can't say too much, right? Obviously, don't say anything at this juncture, but I'm going to be doing something about it, right? I went, Christ almighty, mate. 2 months went by, and obviously I didn't say anything, because here's the thing, I pride myself on this channel, and anyone that knows me personally on this channel, knows that my number one thing is trust and loyalty. So Peter Falding tells me that information and says, please keep it under your hat, then I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to go to the Sun and go, yeah, I've got some information here, like Peter Falding's going to come out in a few months and say he found Nicola Bulley. It's not how you build a channel. It's not how you build trust. It's not how you network. It's not how you gain people's respect. Anyway, right, so 2 months later, he calls me and he goes, right, I am going to be doing an interview. So that was July, August, September, yeah. About September, I'm going to be doing an interview, and I'm going to be... Why have I just got a notification about Liverpool? Liverpool lost to Galatasaray. Way, unlucky. He said, I'm going to be doing a... Sorry for repeating myself. You just got... On a live, on my own, you just got to deal with it. That's why I don't do a lot of them. And I've repeated that so many times. Right, yeah, he's going to do an interview and he's going to reveal that he found Nicola Bulley, and he's going to say exactly what went on and all the ins and outs, everything that you saw in my interview. Now, I'll get into the autopsy soon. Now, I said to Pete, I was like, do you know what? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'm made up for you. Go and tell the truth and show them the evidence and shock the world. I said, good on you. And he said, no, good on you as well. I went, why? And he went, because I can trust you. You've not said anything. You've supported me. He went, I'm going to do it on your channel. Which I was overjoyed at. I was overjoyed that that opportunity came my way. So that was that. We did the interview. That was kept under wraps. We released it on the day of the College of Policing report because we knew that it was going to get absolutely like ripped apart by the COP report. I never told anybody that this interview had been filmed. And I released it on the day. That was that. We then did, and then people said, I would have asked this, I would have asked that, I would have asked this, I would have asked that. I'm not perfect. I can't ask every question in the world. So I did 50 questions from the public. I did a live video. I took your 50 questions. I asked Peter Falding those 50 questions. That was that. He then said that he's going to get the sonar verified and all this kind of stuff. That was a year and a half, 2 years ago now, coming up to 2 years. And yesterday, sonar was... he revealed that the sonar was verified and he released the live data, which I'm overjoyed at, because not only was he called a liar and trying to save face and trying to go back on himself and damage limitation, but I was called a liar, an actor, a Freemason, MI5. I wish I was MI5. I wish I had the MI5 money. Gatekeeper, all this shite, yeah? And, it's kind of vindicated, not that I give a shit, but it's kind of vindicated me on that side of things as well. So this live on Thursday with Peter Falding, it's full circle. It's kind of like, I noticed that he wasn't invited to the inquest. I supported him. We did all the work together. He's now proven that the sonar's been verified, and he's shown the live data. And he came on this channel in the first place in terms of the documentary, and this by coming on Thursday. And it's full circle for him and for me. And maybe for you in terms of the Peter Falding story and my work with Peter Falding. What happened to Nicola Bulley? Who knows? I think they need to reopen the investigation now, in my opinion. I think that questions need to be asked. I think that maybe people higher up, maybe people in the government need to come and step in. Maybe a different police force needs to look into this. Maybe Scotland Yard needs to look into this. I don't know. But I think the investigation needs to be reopened. Hit like if you agree. If you think that this investigation needs reopening, hit that like button. Smash it. Because I do. I do for sure. Right, so yeah, that's full circle. I'm just going to end by saying two things. Firstly, thank you for your patience with me with this live. I know I am manic ADHD. I know I'm manic OCD. I know I repeat myself, and I know it can be fucking annoying, right? I know it can be annoying. That's why I don't do lives. When I'm with Peter Falding, that's different. It's back and forth, very different. But I'm now looking at a screen. There's no one there. Do you know what I mean? There's no one there, and I don't roll like that. So that's why I do videos where we can edit and overlay and cut. I might release a 20-minute video, and it was an hour's worth of footage because I've repeated myself so many times, and you don't need to see that shit. So yeah, thank you for your patience on that. And finally, thank you very much. Finally, just to repeat myself one more time, 7 o'clock, Thursday, the 2nd of October, Greenwich Mean Time, Peter Falding, live on Break the Ice with myself for 2-3 hours. We're going to go into everything He's got a lot of things he wants to say. He's got a lot of things he wants to say to you. I've got a series of questions for him. We're going to open up a nice discussion, yeah? And then we're going to go through the statement that he's made bit by bit. And then Peter wants to talk about his experience throughout all of this and being discredited and being scapegoated and all the shit he's faced. I'll throw my 2 penny in about the shit I faced, but here's something as well. If you're going to make a YouTube channel, have some thick skin. I don't know why I'm hitting my heart. If you are going to open a YouTube channel, you need thick skin. And remember, right, just remember this. If you care about, I feel like a philosopher now. I have no right to to be a philosopher, but I'm talking from my own experience, right? If you spend your life, if I can offer any bit of advice, it's this, right? If you spend your life constantly caring about what other people think, you are going to live a very, very, very miserable life. If you're going to open a YouTube channel, expect shit, expect trolls, and expect dickheads to try and discredit you, yeah? Your friends, your family, your children, which is your family, all the people that you know, they're the opinions that matter. Not the people that are sat at home like this, on a keyboard. I've not been out in about 8 days. Oh God, let me have a drink. Let me have a smoke. Oh God. Sunlight. Oh, sunlight. Those opinions don't matter. Yeah? Those opinions don't matter. So I'm going to leave it on that note. So, 7... There's a new thing for the keyboard warriors. Like this. How can I get him to bite? How is he going to bite? I want to wind him up. The amount of people that have thrown a fishing rod out and tried to cast me in, there's no fish on the end. There's no fish on the end of that rod, mate. Yeah? You catch me if you can. That's all I'll say. Catch me if you can. Because I ain't biting on the bait. Because guess what? Quite frankly, I don't give a damn. 7 o'clock, Thursday, Peter Falding, live. Do not miss it. Notification bells, subscribe, like, share, comment, and as always, peace out.